Hey, everybody, it's Friday, July 5th, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here from California, where we've been having lots of earthquakes. I was actually still in Vegas yesterday, and I felt that earthquake. So, what is this? Success Never Sleeps. Who am I? Brannon Beliso. We are presented by who? MyStudio, the app, Market Muscles, Kids Love Life Skills, and LC Accounting. That's right. This is the day, man. Every Friday we get together, we chop it up. I'm going to talk a lot about what I learned at the Super Show, the different things, as well as I'm going to take your questions, and we're going to give away lots of good stuff. I don't know what K1's got in mind, but we're always surprising people. I believe one of the things we're giving away, and you can help me out, K1, once you get online. Nick, what's up, my brother? We're so good to see you and hang out with you and break some bread and, and train. I know you didn't get to train with us, but hopefully we didn't bore you, me and Virginia, there training. Don, what's happening? Don, Tish, good morning. Jason, over here at Instagram. Everybody coming aboard, put in your name. Adam, all the way from the UK. My brother from the UK. All right, as you come aboard, do say hello. Say hello to all of us. This is the Disruptors. Everybody a disruptor? And a disruptor is simply somebody that realizes they want to do things differently. I'm a huge advocate for that. And I'm always defending myself because people think when I say we don't do contracts, we don't do upgrades, we don't do black belt clubs, we don't do enrollment fees, belt testing fees, that I'm anti-contracts. I don't care what you do. You can do contracts. I don't care if you give them plants when they sign up, right? Because the bottom line is I don't pay your rent, you don't pay mine. I don't feed your family, you don't feed mine. So do whatever works for you. Discover what makes you successful. I felt that a couple of people were coming up to me almost defending it. And you don't need to defend it. It's not my life. I'm simply sharing with you. For me, what's up, Chris? Jay. Hey, Jay. What's up, Virginia? Long time, Jay. We haven't seen you. So please be really clear about that. And the other disruptors out there, when you share that, be mindful. And on the flip side, I was introduced to a woman at the Super Show, has 560 students, no contracts, no upgrades, no belt fees, no phone scripts, no salesmanship. And she was kind of bummed. She was going about the Super Show going, wow, everything here is so salesy and blah, blah. I said, hey, there's a lot of good information here that if it fits your why, it fits what you do with a service-based business model, apply it. I can take anything and make it work. My papa used to say that really well in relationship to training, that I don't care if Mickey Mouse is teaching the class. If you're there to learn, if you're there to get something out of it, you will. You feel me? Chris is new to our group. Hey, Chris, where are you tuning in from? Let me know, Chris. What's the name of your school? Everybody, by the way, put that in there, and you'll be entered automatically into our drawing. I think what we're drawing away today, once I get K1 aboard, I don't see K1. You hear K1? Is what I'm doing. I'm doing a fireworks sale. I have 4 years, 7 events, 56 hours of my live events from It's Time Live, It's Time Live Empowered, It's Time Live Again. And we're giving all of that away for $99. $99. Crazy, right? Talk to Chris Malloy of Dynamic Martial Arts. He's all the way in Australia. All he ever did was watch this show and buy a bunch of the live streams when we did them. He's gone from 250 to 500. Go figure, right? Go figure. It's because he was very clear on what he wanted, and he was able to take the different things I taught him. And, like Bruce Lee said, take what you need, discard the rest. So that's what he did. And there he is. So know that. I just want to, I really felt that. Liam, sir. Liam is a disruptor. I'm very blessed to work with Liam at Excel Martial Arts. His brand, everything. We've been able to work together and cultivate his why. And Liam and I, grateful. I don't want to say I'm his mentor. I like to tell people I'm your partner. I hear that a lot. Brannon Beliso is my mentor. I'm not nobody's mentor. I'm your partner. Because it's like your business is my business. And it's really important to me that I help you create your version of success. So Liam's my partner, I'm going to say. I'm Liam's partner, however you want to slice or dice that. Cool. So let's get right into this. The Super Show, right? The Super Show. It's an amazing event. I really went with, I'm always a learner. I believe learners are earners, but I really went into the Super Show with a very, very clear agenda. And I went in there as if I was just starting a school. Okay? So, and I kept stressing that in all my different posts. People come to the Super Show, and again, I'm just Observation, people will party. They're, you see them in the hallways. They're not in seminars. They're always just chilling. That's fine. If you're there to just catch up with people, reconnect, and I heard that a lot. Oh, the Super Show for me is about reconnecting with people and seeing people I haven't seen. That's fine. If that is your agenda, then let that be your agenda. But be clear about that. See, so before I even got on that plane, I said to myself, what is my purpose? Well, of course, we have our Kids Love Life Skills, but I had my sister Letitia, Virginia, Nick, the Seidel's. They were all helping run that booth. So I didn't have to be in the booth. I went so far as I didn't even wear a Kids Love Life Skills t-shirt. I didn't want people to associate Brannon Beliso with that brand. I really want my sister to take ownership of that brand. As it's cultivating, she pretty much runs it. So I made a conscious choice, even though I brought my Kids Love Life Skills t-shirts, I decided not to wear them. I wore nobody's colors. I didn't wear a Disruptor t-shirt. I thought when I worked out, I did. And so I flew into Vegas. First thing I did was breakfast with Brannon. And that was very important to me. Wherever I travel now, that's one of my trademarks, one of my niche things. I will do a breakfast with Brannon wherever I travel. And so it was an opportunity for local school owners. And I did it on the 29th. And people stress, well, you should do it when everybody flies in for the Super Show. I didn't want to step on their toes. I wanted to come in and say, I'm not competing with Century in the Super Show, right? I'm part of Century in the Super Show. That was very important for me. So strategically, I did the event on the 29th. There was nobody there yet, really, except local school owners. And bless his soul, man, Tony drove all the way from Santa Ana. One guy drove 3.5 hours to have breakfast with us. So, you know me, I'm a giver. It was 9 to 12. They ate really, really, really well. We ate at Mon Ami Gabi. Thank you, my sister, for booking that for us and getting that all set up for me. And they ate well. And we went from 9 to 12, but guess what time I walked down to there? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. because I'm about service, folks. And I wanted to serve everybody well and make sure I took really good care of them. So I did that. Right after that, at 3 o'clock on the 29th, I hopped into a 5-hour seminar with the legends of Kali, Dan Ina Santos, Leo Gahe, and Apollo Ladra. Come on, you guys. Come on, these are like legends. And so I'm big on Kali, Eskrima, knife fighting, 5 hours on the 29th. Got up the next morning at 8 a.m., did 5 more hours, came back at 3 o'clock and did 5 more hours. So I did 15 hours in a day and a half, and I was so beat up. But gratefully to my team, again, Tish, Virginia, Nick, the Seidels, that day I got up on the 30th, I didn't have to set up the booth. I slept in. I went to the gym for 2 hours, worked out my soreness, walked into the booth, and they were running things, and things were rocking and rolling. And then after that, I went through the whole schedule. Who did I need to see? At first, I saw Chris Rapold. Well, what a gem. Chris Rapold, he's the sweetest, nicest man. But on the flip side, you want to get hit by him. And really understanding, sparring, and that we want people to drill. And his example was the New England Patriots, right? That's his part of the woods. And he said, imagine if every game they played, every practice they played was a full-on game. Nobody would make it to the game on Sunday, right? So they're big on drilling. Could you imagine if any of those linebackers hit Tom Brady full on in practice? They'd get fined and kicked off the team. So you really stress that drill. You want to go 150%? That's what the bag is for. They can kick the tar out of the bag. I thought that was really valuable. If you have a kid that's hitting too hard and doesn't have really good control, you move them over to the bag. And I believe he called it a pressure touch. When you touch that bag, he doesn't want that bag to rock. If that bag's rocking, you're hitting it too hard and you're kicking it too hard. And that alone could calm down a kid for 30 seconds or 45 seconds and then bring them back. I thought the other thing that was really brilliant with Chris was the performance coach. So, we have people pair up and then one instructor's walking around. They don't do it that way. They pair you up in threes. So imagine a triangle, right? The one person here is the performance coach. The 2 people here, they're going to spar or work on whatever drill they're working on. Cool? So the performance coach is cued. Keep your hands up. Do things at 30%. They only spar at 30% all the time. 30% because odds are with the adrenaline, people are going to spar at 50%. Cool? And so the performance coach, that's his job. He's keep your hands up, distance. And what's really great also, because I understand the fight happens on the inside. It really does. A real fight. But we're doing point sparring. Okay. So he talked about distance. So what they teach people to do, which is very natural, he teaches you to get out of the way of the technique first. Blocking doesn't happen first. Footwork happens first. So when someone kicks, you step away, right? Or you shuffle forward. And I thought that was really, really, really cool. And the big thing is that performance coach is the one that teaches you, keep your hands up, blah, blah, blah. 45 seconds, they rotate. 45 seconds, rotate. So in a given 3 minutes, 2 minutes on, 1 minute off at all times. So you get that chance to rest in between, but it creates awareness. As a fighter, you're not worried about someone kicking and punching you. So you stand there and you see things. And I think that's really powerful too. Even at a beginner level, it teaches leadership skills because you're the performance coach, right? That's your job for 45 seconds. So I really, really enjoyed that about Chris. What a good soul. So, and anybody out there, if you know Chris, get to Chris. He's just so cool. Nathan, sir, I had a wonderful trip. Excel Martial Arts, Red Eagle Martial Arts in the UK. Eric was really cool because me and Eric took Chris Rapolt's workshop together. And it's great not only to be Eric's mentor, but I got to train with Eric. How cool is that? That was super cool. And if you know me, I'm the kid right up front asking questions. What's up? Excel. Awesome. I'm loving it. Excel, Karate, and Krav. I love it. I love it. Sensei, are we changing the name to Excel or is it Excel now? What's up, Marco? Chris, North Royalton Martial Arts near Cleveland. CDK, Taekwondo, San Antonio. Excel, UK. Very grateful partner. Yep. And that's, me being the disruptor. CB Martial Arts. I know we're rebranding that, huh? Focus Martial Arts, going strong, thanks to our partner. Succeed Martial Arts. I'm loving it. Strong names. What's up, Anna Marie? Uplift Martial Arts. Elevate your life at Uplift Martial Arts. Put that in there for me, Anna Marie. I'm going to need your help on Zapier, okay, Anna? I want to pick your brain on that. Uriel, what's up, sir? All right. So with that said, that's what I got from Chris Rapolt. Powerful, amazing, amazing. Then I sat in with Kelly. I can't pronounce her last name, but Kelly was the person responsible for creating the systems and training methods and really elevating the franchise of I Love Kickboxing. And Kelly's a gem. What a gem. And I didn't know it. She's also, a 6-degree black belt? Got her black belt at 9 years old, something like that, training since she was 2 or 3, young, trained under her dad like I did. What a gem. What a gem. She really taught us what it takes to create a team that treats the school like it's theirs. They have that sense of ownership. That autonomy, I think, was really powerful, giving them clear, concise goals, not just simply throwing them to the wolves. I think that was the biggest thing I got from Kelly, really helping them own it. And if you just simply say, okay, you're a black belt, go teach, all you're doing is disempowering your team, right? If your team's not performing well, it's your fault. It really is. And the last thing I want to do is throw people to the wolves. But I get it. I think I was like I wasn't even a black belt. I was still a brown belt. And my dad said, go teach. I don't know how to teach. Go teach. I mean, talk about disempowering. You really want to, empower people. And so preparing our team properly, I think is really, really important. Right? And the different steps that happen, how many hours it takes to train somebody. So by writing out the job description, writing out their given task, say the system is just warming up the class, right? Okay, great. It's a 5-minute segment. What are all the components? Push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks. Great. How long does it take to teach them to teach that? And what's the process that supports that? Well, okay, great. We've done the warm-up forever, so just go teach it. No. Remember, doing it and teaching it are two different things, completely two different things. So let's just take something as basic as the warm-up, right? And let's just call it jumping jacks, push-ups, and sit-ups, 3 things, 5 minutes, okay? Let's just say hypothetically. Great. What are the components of a jumping jack? Well, you put your feet apart, you put your hands above your head. We're going to call that a triangle. Then you bring your feet together and your hands on your side. Let's call that the letter I. Okay, great. So how do we introduce that? Class, let's warm up with jumping jacks. Triangle I. Great. Those are the components, right? The moving parts. Great. Now let's role play. We're going to role play it together. So I'm the student and you're the instructor and teach me how to do the jumping jack. And then the same thing with the push-up, same thing with the sit-up. Great. All right. Now you're going to shadow me. And I think that's the big one we miss. Much like a waiter in a restaurant. Has anybody ever seen that? Where you go into the restaurant, there's a waiter standing behind the waiter and she says, and this is an important one. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm a waiter in training. Why is that so important? Can anybody tell me? Why do you think that's important in any business? In any business, why do we think that's important? I think it's a great name, Sensei. Excel. We want people to excel in life. I think it's great. You know, Liam uses it in England. He'll tell you. I mean, it's a great name. Excel is a great name. So anybody tell me, why do you think it's important, the value of it, when the waiter will tell you, I'm a waiter in training? Why do you think people do that? Why do they announce that when they're on a shift? Anybody? And mind you, they're shadowing. So the instructor's on the floor teaching, and then the second person's there to support them, right? The second person's there. They might lead some of that warm up and the instructor will step back. But why is it so important to say, I'm the instructor in training today? How would that lay out before the class started? Hi, my name is Mr. So-and-so. I'm your instructor in training, parents. I'll be warming up the class today. Why is it important to put that in there? Can anybody help me? Tell me why. And while I'm waiting for some answers, Anna Marie, that's why I really, really love, Elevate Your Life at Uplift Martial Arts. That is so cool. Do the phone test. Elevate Your Life at Uplift Martial Arts. Anna Marie speaking. Cool. It flows like butter, right? They're doing push-ups in class, Anna Marie. Who's elevating their life? Come on. Let's uplift the push-up. Let's uplift the jumping jack, right? Kid's fighting with his brother in the waiting area. Sir, are you elevating your life when you fight with your brother? Oh, no, man. Great. Then let's uplift your life. Right? It's so cool. I mean, you can live, teach, and preach it. Great. Let's see what it says here. Good. I'm getting some feedback. Okay. K1 saying, shadowing is so important. My first instructor used to sit in the corner and shadow and guide us when training us to be instructors in real time during the classes. Truly shaped us to be great instructors when maintaining the vibe he wanted for the school. Excellent. Excellent. Right? So people know that they are still learning. That's Chris. That's it. That's the number one reason why. Because if the parents know that you're an instructor in training, if I'm eating in a restaurant, I know this is a waiter in training, I am more empathetic of their mistakes. I am more understanding of their mistakes. They're announcing to me, hey, I might mess up. I'm an instructor in training. So they're more forgiving. But you're right. The instructor's right there. But I think the big thing with that also, let me finish this. Sensei, I would do Excel martial arts. That's it. Because if people Google search, they're not going to Google search Krav or karate necessarily. But it's a number one fact. When people Google Sensei, it will be the word martial arts, EMA. I mean, it's simple. It's fast. There you go. Adam's adding it into that. So the customers understand they're training and not a professional yet. Yep. Because it lets everybody know what their role is. Training, not the instructor, sets the tone. Great. Pre-framing expectations. Good. We practice using Elevate Your Life at staff training on Wednesday. Oh, good. It's also humbling for the instructors to say that out loud to others. It is. It's kind of like saying, I'm sorry right off the bat. Ain't nothing the matter with that. We don't do that. And I'm going to incorporate that. That was one of my big takeaways from Kelly, is we're going to utilize that. And then lastly, you let them go and you let them teach it. But see the process there? But you have to decide how many hours of training requires that. So that's a clear pre-frame. Great. We spend, 3 hours on teaching you how to do the jumping jack, the push-up, and the sit-up properly. Even though you're a student, you've done it forever, teaching someone to teach it is totally different. Then we spend 3 hours of role-playing, right? Where I'm the student, you're the teacher. Then we spend 3 hours of shadowing in classes. Then you go out and do your thing. And then I'll monitor that system, if that's what we decided. So 9 hours of total training, including shadowing, then you're qualified to teach that. But if you don't have any time frame, or you don't know how long it takes, then you can expect things from your team that they can't offer you, they can't produce. Then you set them up for failure. You see where I'm going with that? If we understand from data, it takes these many hours to teach you to teach a jumping jack, these many hours of role playing, these many hours of shadowing, then I have a clear expectation and I let them know that. And by the time we get done with those 9 hours of training and shadowing and everything, you will be qualified to teach the warm-up. I thought that was powerful from Kelly as well. Cool. What else did I take? Oh, man. I took Thomas Griggs' seminar on conflict resolution. That was really, really powerful. Recognizing that the best fight is the one we never get into, right? And being able to speak to people in such a way that they don't want to fight with you. So I thought that was cool too. And Thomas says, Tom, Man, Tom's a good soul. If you get a chance to see Mr. Griggs, he was on the Dr. Griggs, I should say. I correct myself. He was on the cover of MA Success, and he's really big on team development and things like conflict resolution. Super powerful. And what a good soul. Just what a good freaking soul. Melody Johnson, what can I say? What can I say? She had the biggest, most packed room in the house. Her expertise on understanding how people think is powerful. My biggest takeaway, because I watched half of Tom's, then I came and got half of hers, is she was talking about that 10 to 14-year-old age group. Now, I'm going to share this with my team right away. How many of you think teenagers are lazy for the majority of them? Put it in there right now. Give me a hashtag. Yes, sir. Go for that. Let me look what Chris has to offer. Chris is sharing, I use a slogan for my academy, life-changing martial arts at North Royalton Martial Arts. How does that sound to you? I think saying martial arts is redundant twice in a sentence. If your school is called North Royalton Martial Arts, I might consider, I like life-changing martial arts personally. I think that's really cool because it creates emotion. It creates emotion with a mom. If I have a mom with a 6-year-old kid that's shy, that needs to learn confidence, Chris, and I heard somebody on the end of the phone answer the phone, life-changing martial arts, Chris speaking, even something as simple as that, that would create emotion. Because remember, people buy from emotion. Now, my challenge with North Royalton Martial Arts, I get it. Google searches, things like that, people are going to look for North Royalton. Now, if you have different cities in North Royalton, smaller things like that, that could be a challenge. Here's the big thing is, say we have a place here, let's, for the lack of the word, we'll call it Pico, because I don't want to say what it is. And they had a big, giant prison in Pico. And you call yourself Pico Martial Arts because you think, hey, Google searches, Pico will come up first. And then now they associate you with what? The government. They associate you with the jail system. They associate you with the water department. What if I hate the Pico sanitary system because they're always late and they leave garbage on my lawn, et cetera, et cetera? So I'm not for that. I'm not for that. I would never call my school San Francisco Martial Arts. I simply wouldn't. Does that make sense? But I understand what people believe, and I don't believe that stands true anymore with Google searches and things like that. Just because you're called San Francisco Martial Arts, you're not necessarily going to be the first one to come up on the first page. It's now, those spiders are out there, Chris, and they're looking at, all of your internet activity. How many people leave reviews at Google? How many Google searches you have? All the different, are you posting blogs at your website to improve your ranking? If your website doesn't have traffic, you're not going to climb up the ladder of ranking. You're not. So are you doing an active blog, right? Are you doing things like an active call to action? Are you always updating? When you do weeks of camp, do the dates change? Can they purchase through there, right? All those things add up. All those things add up. You want a lot of traffic at your website organically because that also ups your ranking. So on and on and on. I really like life-changing martial arts. It's very clear. Why do you come to my school versus anyone else? Because it's life-changing. Boom, done. Drop the mic. So I like that. I would work more with that than North Royalton Martial Arts. Okay, so let's see what people are saying. Okay, these are all good answers. Marco's saying going to the teenagers. Not that teenagers are lazy. They're more likely uninspired. Okay, I don't think teens are lazy. I think they're cocooning and understanding themselves. Good. Okay, I have a 10-year-old who's lazy unless it's something she's into. So maybe teenagers are lazy unless it comes to their passion. Chris, I have a Market Muscles website. Good. One of the great contests we are doing? Yeah, we do. We love everybody at Market Muscles. I have 2 custom websites, one for San Francisco, one for Millbrae. We challenge Stephen Rhymes because I refer him all the time. And Stephen's one of my partners. I get to mentor him, quote unquote, the co-founder of Market Muscles. So I said, we're going to challenge you. He's going to take our San Francisco location. He's going to turn that into a Market Muscles website. And we're going to see if it can outperform the Millbrae website, our custom website that we had built, which we love. And remember, we're running 2 schools. They're running the same, neck and neck. They're both doing $1 million a year. So we're going to collect that data. We're going to post the process, and we're going to see if Market Muscles can kick butt. So we announced that at the Super Show. We're going to post that video, K1, K1's going to post that today, right? That we challenged Market Muscles to that challenge, and they're up for it. So I'm going to see how long it takes to onboard, how long it takes to get the website up, how long it takes to do all of that. So Stephen's going to be held accountable via social media. Cool? him and his team. All right, cool. All right, good. So we're all wrong. The reason most 10 to 14-year-olds are lazy is because they are physically growing. They're coming into puberty. So testosterone, hormones, all that. Check out this scientific fact. Every day, because of the growth the child is going through, right? Physically, it's like working out 3 to 4 hours a day. Just if they're just going to school, their everyday life. The fact that their body's changing so much with puberty, it's like they're already, without even doing a physical activity, they're working out 3 to 4 hours a day. A day. That's crazy. That is crazy, right? That's crazy, but think about that. Your body would be pretty darn tired too if it was working out unconsciously 3 to 4 hours a day because it's just growing naturally. Second is the frontal cortex lobe is not developed yet, which is, common sense, things like that. So still living from the back part of the brain. And it's like a highway. All that information, so that's why they can sit there and blow through a video game and know everything, right? Or they can sit there and do maybe one thing really well, math really well. They can do one thing really, really well. You go, my God, you can sit there and blast through Instagram and do at Snapchat, but I can't even get you to take out the freaking garbage. So I went, wow. And I'm really going to share that with my team. They don't mean to be disrespectful. They got only one thing going on in their brain at a time because this frontal cortex is not developed yet. And second, they're tired. Imagine if you worked out, you started your day after 3 or 4 hours of workout, and then you're going to go to karate and do the same. That really blew my mind. But I think more than everything, it made me not take things personally. That was it. So Melody Johnson, she's amazing. I love Mel. Me, Melody Johnson, and Roland Osborne were first time ever in Europe together for It's Time Live Europe in Mallorca, Spain. Put the date down, all right? March 28th through 31st. You're going to want to be there because one of the things we're really doing for this event, I said it to Roland and Melody, I want to challenge you guys. I want to challenge you to present something we need 3 years from now. Let's push that freaking envelope. And plus, it's Melody's birthday. And the fact that Mel would come there on her birthday, for me, I'm going to say for me, because she loves me. And I love Mel. I've known Mel since, I don't know, 2001, when I had Little Ninjas. And that's why all our Kids Love Life Skills partners, you see skills. People ask me at the show, how come there's skills on your Kids Love Life Skills? Because I bought the right to use Little Ninjas. Because essentially, our Excellent Kids program, and so those of you Excellent Kid partners, this is some history. Little Ninjas had 8 skills. It didn't have the badges, didn't have the mat chat, didn't have the parent participation, didn't have the student parent handout, and it was too short. We do a 3-month bell testing cycle, so we added 4 more skills to round it out to a 3-month cycle. We added the badges, we added the parent participation, we added the student parent handout, we added the life talk or a mat chat, and the facilitator handout. So we rounded out that program. So it's really, for me, Excellent Kids has been a 19-year project. And I bought the rights from Miss Mel. So any of you guys out there trying to say that Melody didn't influence you if you got your own children's program, I'm going to challenge you. I paid the rights to use it. I can actively say that we bought the right to use Little Ninjas. Cool? Done day. And there is no more Little Ninjas. It's gone. So what was really great, we had a Little Ninja partner who was there at the event who bought Excellent Kids because they have nowhere to go with their Little Ninja program. So all you Little Ninja people, and Letitia, take that one to the bank. I want you to Google Little Ninja partners out there, find out who they all are, and say we got Little Ninjas 10.0. Cool? All right. Sensei's asking, is Mallorca or Palma de Mallorca? Yeah, it's the same thing, sir. I've got the landing page ready. I'm going to launch it because I was trying to put what content we're going to offer to make it more enticing, but we're not there yet. Because the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take people's feedback before we get to Mallorca, and we're going to cultivate some customized presentations. Again, being a disruptor. We can pre-frame all this, but imagine everybody that's going to Mallorca, Spain, if I could pre-frame and let you guys know what we're, what you need and what you want and customize it. Again, nobody does that. I want to customize this event to really give you the content you need to take action right now. And if that doesn't work sense, remember we got It's Time Live Ignite coming up in November in San Francisco at my place. A lot of the Germans still want that because they love coming to San Francisco. It's an amazing 4-day experience. Think about that one as well. The hotel, The hotel. What's the name of the hotel? I'll find that for you, Sensei, and I'll get it to you. I'll get that to you. Cool. All right. So let's keep going. Chaz Butler. For the record, the copy on onemartialarts.com/site is where I point as an example how to write about the benefits of martial arts. Some of the best copy I've ever seen. Wow. So Chaz, are you saying you utilize our onemartialarts.com site to share that is good copy? Is that what you're saying, Chaz? Please help me on that. And Sensei, a side note, I love you already, sir. You know, I know it's hard sometimes to come into, you know, arenas like that and see all that. But like Bruce Lee said, take what you need and discard the rest. You know, I could tell in your heart you just want to serve your students better. Oh, there it is, Sensei. K1 put it in for you. That's the name of the hotel. And we'll release the link because we have a special code for that and we get a great discount. And it's so cheap in Mallorca, Spain. I think it's something like $180 a night. And they're offering meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the first day of the event. The second day, just breakfast and lunch. Then for the 4-day experience, they're offering breakfast and I think lunch. But come on, for that price, it just, you know, because again, we're in Spain and things are more inexpensive. And so really bring your teams. Kim, what's happening, Kim? Kim Herzog, who I love with all my heart because, you know, when he came out for the 4-day experience, first he brought me to his school, which was smart. I was in Mallorca. I did Mallorca for Beroepsverband van Kamkunst. Then he brought me to his school to consult him right at his school. And we talked about rebranding the name and all that good stuff. And so at the time he had 550 students. And he came out for the 4-day event of its time in San Francisco. And we had a moment and when we were journaling in the woods and Kim was almost on the verge of tears. Can I say that, Kim? I hope that's okay. But fast forward 3 years later, 1,200 students and over $1 million a year. He's doubled his freaking enrollment. Man, Kim. But Kim did the work. You know, Kim did the work and I'm very grateful for that. I met another person at the Super Show, which was very powerful. Do I want you to post the Europe link? Yeah, Kim, go ahead. Everybody on here knows the only thing that's jacked up is I haven't put in what we're going to be doing. Okay, so if you can ignore that part, pop in the link, K1. I'm okay with that. Ask Letitia. I'm sure Ticket Leap is up because it's going to go fast because I know all of Beroepsverband van Kamkunst people are coming in. So I think we could only hold like 100 in that room. It's going to go, come on. Where are you going to get Melody and Roland and me? It just doesn't happen like that. But when the three of us spoke at Harvard together, you know, Melody went first. I went, ooh, Melody's always badass. I went in the middle, boom, then Roland went. And while Roland was speaking, I'm just standing there going, I had one of those aha moments. I said, you know what? I got to bring Melody and Roland with me to Europe. That's it. I mean, that's like, you know, the NBA, if we end up with LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, and who's the third one that's in freaking going to LA? Oh, Anthony Davis. It's like that. Could you imagine that? It's like when we have Durant, Steph Curry, and Thompson, all three. Man, that's a trifecta you can't beat. Me, Melody Johnson, and Roland Osborne. I don't know. You know, and then Steven Reinstein's going to come as a special guest to take care of all that social media. Man, I mean, what more do you want? Right? I mean, I don't know what else we can do with that. Yeah, Letitia's going to post that. She's going to put that up there right now. I tell you, it's going to go really fast. I know lots of people have been waiting for this since I started announcing it. There you go. Make it all happen, K1. There it is. K1, put it, you know, stay with me right now. Let's finish the show and then go over there and buy it. And I'm going to go clean that up and just put, you know, to be announced what we're going to do. That's what was holding up the release. I was hoping to put something cool there, but, you know, that's the honesty. But without telling you what we're going to do with me, Roland, and Melody, you know it's going to be amazing. I mean, it can't be. So that's what I got out of Melody, you know, understanding how 10 to 14-year-olds think. Rick Rando. Did I say that? Check out Rick Rando. You know, he's big on Disney. I believe he worked for Disney. He really talked about how to take your black belts from black belt and beyond. And the experience he creates with his black belt gala, they got a special room just for the black belts to change in. You know, they get a special black belt in this award. It just all these added perks for being a black belt in his school. Everybody wants to be a black belt, and his retention level is off the freaking hook. It is off the freaking hook. And I get it. I get it. Everything's about that Disney experience. And he creates that. So think about it. You know, we assume because you're a black belt, you're locked in, you're committed, we don't have to do anything. That's the way it was in the old day. You're a black belt now? Great. You know what? Then you can sit there and I'll tell you when to test, start helping to teach, et cetera, et cetera. Cool? That's what it is. That's what it is. But I'm telling you, we've really got to look at our black belt experience from black belt moving forward. Are we treating them? I have this great saying. Write this down. Treat every student today like it was their first day. Write it down and type it back for me. I want to make sure you got it word for word. Treat every student today like it was their first day. Put it in there. Everybody over here at Instagram, put in the name of your school where you're tuning in from, okay? Same thing over here at Facebook, and then same thing at Periscope. You want to be entered into our drawing? We're going to give away a couple of those unlimited access for the next 30 days to every one of my e-learning products. Not one of them, 56 hours of learning. We're going to give away 3 of them. Okay, K1, let's give away 3 of them. At the end of this show, you will have unlimited access for 30 days to 56 hours of all of my learning that I've learned and in the past 4 years, all of the It's Time live events, every one of them, you'll have 56 hours of learning and have unlimited access to. We're going to give that away at the end of the show. Put in your name, where you're tuning in from, and all that good stuff. Oh, yes, Chaz. That's one of my favorites. Thank you, Chaz. See what Chaz put in there? Read that, read that, read that. And that's one of the things I say, see, because really what we're trying to do is we want to create emotion. And the reason this is one of my favorite examples is because we all say, we teach focus and discipline, right? Focus means to pay attention, discipline to always do your best. And we all say that. That's the first thing I say to school owners I work with. Tell me why I want to come to your school versus Joe Karate. 99.9% of the time, everybody says the same thing, right? So for example, you get an email that says, we teach focus and discipline. You and everybody else says that. The challenge with that is I, as the consumer, if everybody's, you sing the same song, you sing the same song, Joe Karate down the street, your school, then my buying decision is based upon 2 things: who's closer to me and who's cheaper. Now, I say it all the time. Virginia DeYoung said that really well at the last It's Time Live Empowered. She goes, you know what I realized? Martial arts is not the product. The product is the relationship. So let's talk relationships, right? I like to bring it into everyday terms. Imagine, gentlemen, if you went to a girl and you said, I want to date you because you're closer to my house and you're a cheap date. It's over, right? It's done. I don't want a relationship like that because I don't believe I can build a great relationship with anybody if they choose me because I'm closer and cheaper. So you need that why. You need to stand out. Stephen Reinstein said that in his talk, and Stephen Reinstein was amazing at the Century event, and I'll get to that in a minute. But he talked about standing out. How can you truly stand out from the noise of social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all the rest? How can you stand out? What can you say to create an emotional connection with that mom? Well, Chaz got that one, and that's why he loves utilizing our page. If I got an email that said, would you like your child to be a better listener and do things right away? I, as a parent, immediately, my ears would set up. I go, well, yes, I would. Tell me more. Tell me more. So using that in the copy of our website, and I'm very blessed to say I wrote all the copy at our website. All of it, all of it. I am a writer. I was schooled by John Corcoran, the former editor of Martial Arts Success Magazine, and God rest his soul. He's not with us anymore. He schooled me. That man took me to school. He taught me to be a writer through 8 feature articles. 8 feature articles, which are really hard to write. But the education I got from John Corcoran will always be with me, and is why I believe I am a great writer today. I can always be better, but I believe I'm a great writer. Cool? So Chaz, I'm glad that you see that, and I'm glad you recognize that. I'm glad. Chris, treat every student today as if it was their first day. Thank you for getting me back on track, Chris. So with that said, that's what you want to do with your black belts. That's what you want to do with your orange belts, your blue belts. Treat every student today like it was their first day. It hangs in our instructor's room. So when they get dressed, they see that. Treat every student today like it's their first day. Boom. That is really, really, really important, because think how much love we give that first day student. If we consistently give all our students that same kind of love, it's going to improve our retention. Don't you agree? I believe so. I believe so. So I'm very passionate about that mindset. Yep. 56 hours, 7 events. It's time live. Boom. Treat every student today like it was their first day. Treat every student today like it was their first day. Who are you talking about for the black belts? Who was you talking about for black belts on retention? Rick Randall, Liam. Rick Randall was awesome. He was just awesome. Rick Randall was awesome. His presentation was amazing. So look for his stuff. It's all over. For 30 days of access, share now to be entered to win. Oh, share this live video. Is that what you're telling them, K1? Treat every student today as if it was the first day. Adam shared, treat every student today as if it was their first day. Think about it. We give so much love to that first time student. And if we can do that with all our students all the time, super, super important. And K1 posted my blog on what I wrote about. John Corcoran was kind of my homage to him. So if you get a chance, read it. If you don't know John Corcoran, I mean, what he did for our industry, and what he did for me, I can't put it into words. So read my article on that, my blog. Teach every class as if it could be your student's last class. Yeah, there's something in your class today who's concerned. We did that at first, Chaz. My challenge with that, and we say this one all the time, every day a student's one day closer to being a black belt or one day closer to quitting. The reason I want to stay away from it could be your student's last class, things like that, because it instills a sense of fear in my team. I want them to be motivated and inspired, not afraid, right? So here's an example, sparring. Keep your hands up so you don't get hit in the face, or keep your hands up so you can block better. See, just depends. And I think the power of words for me, Chaz, much like the copy I write, every word has the ability to inspire somebody to a higher level, to be a better version of themselves. Or in my case, my purpose is to live your best life. So whether it's a person, a business, a company, makes no difference. My whole purpose in this world is to help people live their best life. And my whole purpose for me is to help me live my best life. So when I write content, I want it to be positive and empowering. So just imagine we can just simply say, treat every student today like it was their first day versus the one day closer to quitting. I don't want to instill that fear in my team. Does that make sense, everybody? I hope it does. Cool. All right. So getting back. So that's Rick Randall. I mean, that whole black belt experience, there's so many layers to what they do. Layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, posting their pictures at social media, right? Posting their testing. I mean, just the whole process is so Disney. We talk about that Disney experience, and I got to admit, Rick Randall, you kick my butt when it comes to creating the Disney experience for black belts. He just does all the way around, and special curriculum and videos and things like that. All those things add up. So Rick Randall was another amazing, amazing soul. And then who did I have next after that? Stephen Reinstein. As I shared, he just blew it up. He really believes the biggest challenge we have in the industry is we're not communicating our why effectively enough to people. We're not communicating our value enough to a parent where they're going to choose to want to invest in martial arts and realize the value behind it. We do what most therapists can't do, right? Yeah, we charge so little. And it's not really the parent's fault. It's our fault because we don't educate them. But it begins with what? Your why. Ours is live your best life. Plain and clear. You call our school, we answer the phone, live your best life at One Martial Arts. We bow out of class. Class, what are you going to go out and do? Live your best life, sir. I see a dad in the way there. I shake his hand, sir. You living your best life today? Oh, no, I need to come in and work out. Great. Boom, boom, boom. See? So I embrace that. That is we have a staff meeting, and the two people are fighting. I'm going to say, please, let's speak from living your best life. And are we helping each other live our best life if we're arguing? No, we're not. Great. Boom. Even when I designed a system for cleaning a bathroom, I realized the average high school, college kid probably has not cleaned the bathroom properly. So we have a little container. We have disposable gloves. We have disinfectant wipes. You got a roll of paper towels. We have a baggie to put your soiled gloves in. And there's a laminate card telling them how to clean that bathroom. We have a video demonstrating how to clean that bathroom. And when we do it in staff training, we have a lot of fun because I want to help my team live their best life. How can somebody live their best life cleaning the bathroom? You absolutely can. So once you know your why, then you cultivate that. So at your website, live your best life at One Martial Arts. Boom. I bet that's what Steven's going to put right at the top. Right now we put our purpose statement and even called up our homepage. Even though we're not a Market Muscle client, I thought about that. Wouldn't it be smart for him to put a Market Muscle website there? He put my website there, right? Because he recognized the value, as Chaz does. We put our purpose statement up top because we want to take ownership of that purpose statement. We are one, a community dedicated to serving you in every moment to live your best life. Everybody just go to onemartialarts.com. You'll see that. So he posted that and he said, it's clear. Their brand is there. Their why is there. Their colors are there. Everything's there. And red and black are synonymous with the martial arts, right? Black, grays, whites promote balance, calm, right? Red, powerful, youthful, bold, exciting, goes with the martial arts. So it's not by coincidence that most martial arts schools use red and black. Some of them might be careful. Some guy use green. Green means, very calming and harmony. Great. If you're going to teach Aikido and Tai Chi, that might work really well. So understand, and I believe one day, everybody will use black and red in the martial arts because they're going to go, hey, that's martial arts. It creates that emotion. When someone sees red, black, and white, it creates that emotion and that connection to the martial arts. Cool? On and on and on. Hey, Sal, what's happening? Jeremy, what's happening? Oh, thank you, Chaz, sir. A lot of disruptors in the house. You're in the house, you're in the house. We got a lot going on. So Stephen Reinstein really laid that down. And he showed how he rebranded his instructor school from a schedule that was taped in the window, which was hard to read, to this nice laid out schedule. My big takeaway for Stevens is having this rack card that's saying, pick your program, pick your price. Very simple rack card. That transparency of sharing your price with everybody should be there. Because some people are on a set budget. No, we just have to teach them it's a value and they can afford us. No, you're wrong. You're simply wrong. If I'm on a budget and you won't tell me your actual prices, then I go through a trial and I can't afford to sign up. I'm pissed off. My kid wants to train in your school. I can't afford it. I'm on a budget. I have to disappoint my kid. I walk out there embarrassed and feel lesser than because I can't afford it. You and I are done. I will never do business with you. So I truly believe in being transparent and giving the price up front. If you ask me how much, I tell you how much. You ask me how much? No. Well, is this for you or your child? Well, how much? Well, we offer this benefit, that benefit. I don't believe that. Because the bottom line, if all you care about is money and the price, then it must be very important to you. And if I want to serve you at the highest level, then I'm going to give you the price of what we do. Done day. And we need to value that. We need to respect that. Cool? No, thank you, Nick. You helped a lot in our booth. We got to talk quite a bit. You supported Virginia at that super show. You're a good soul, Nick. And I can't wait till we rebrand your school and do everything you deserve, sir. Yep. Yeah, being transparent. I think, we talk about being transparent and then it's hidden in the smoke and mirrors of sales. And one of the biggest companies in the world, Zappos, online shoe company, billion-dollar online shoe company, will tell you, we are not in the shoe business. We are in the customer service business. They have no phone scripts. No phone scripts. Yeah, say it again. No phone scripts. If you can produce $1 billion company with no phone scripts, I believe no scripts in our martial arts school will offer that opportunity. But I need to be an active listener. I need to truly listen to you and not tell you what you need. It's the worst thing someone does. Like a used car salesman. You really need this undercoat. I don't want the undercoat. But if you don't get the undercoat, you really need it. I'll put it in there. No, are you listening to me? Don't tell me what I need. People are intelligent. Don't do that to people. Right? Don't do that. So give them the price up front if they ask for it. Pure and simple. Cool? Yeah, I agree with that. That transparency. And I'm challenged when everything I go to, it's about a new sales technique. And if that doesn't work, here's how to remove the second obstacle, right? Here's how to remove it. To get them, because no means maybe and maybe means yes. No, it doesn't. No means no in my life. If I tell you no, it's because it's no. That's it. Done. No. No. No does not mean maybe. Maybe does not mean yes. Please get that out of your mind. You know why? Because it's a singular mindset. All I want to do is close the deal. I'm not concerned about a relationship because I'm going to go on to the next one as soon as I close this deal. I'm going to tell you the relationship's valuable. I'm going to tell you I'm going to be there for you. But once I close that freaking deal and you sign that contract, boom, I'm on to the next, because it's a numbers game for a salesman. Classic example. How many of you've bought something from a company somewhere and you go back a month later and that salesperson is gone, right? We use Yelp. I get a new sales accountant every couple of months. Kid you not. And they always check in with me. Hey, I'm so-and-so. I've taken over your account. 3 months later, hey, I'm so-and-so. I've taken over the account. I've gotten that many times because sales suck. People don't like to sell. It's probably one of the most dissatisfying, disempowering. I don't know what word you want to use for that. But I'm especially with what we do, it's not in line with the Buddha spirit. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it because that's what I believe. If you believe in something else, more power to you. That's the cool thing about being an entrepreneur and a business person. You decide what works for you. Who cares what I say, right? I always say it at the end of these broadcasts. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Figure out your version of success and rock it relentlessly. Cool? All right. Jeremy, what's Jeremy want to add to this? I recently moved to Gulfport, Mississippi. I'm now teaching at a school down here, and I'm trying to pass on a lot of what you've taught me to those in teaching with. So your impact is hitting another community. I'm grateful, so grateful, Jeremy. Especially I'm grateful that you found a home and that you're able to do what you love, which is teaching the martial arts. Cool. I keep hitting that button. Try that again. All right. So, hey, we got 9 minutes left in the show, folks. What are our big takeaways? Because Stephen was the last seminar that I took. And if you don't have a Market Muscles website, not to be salesy or anything on this, but I was referring Stephen before I ever knew him. I saw the work on his websites. More so, I followed him at social media and saw his behavior. Things like the 5-mile radius. If your school already has a Market Muscles website and somebody within 5 miles wants it, he says no. And he sticks to his guns on that. And that I saw, integrity, huh? So it's so funny, me and Stephen talk about it, how he reached out to me and just said, hey, I know I don't know you personally, sir, but thank you for referring all the clients. And then we developed a relationship from there. And that's how I am. When I see a good thing and I know a good thing, and I think it's in line with martial arts spirit, I'll rock it. And Stephen said that at his presentation. He posted a picture with him 2 years old, starting the martial arts, and as a black belt. He is first and foremost a martial artist. Why did I take 15 hours of seminars? Because I'm first and foremost a martial artist. Why did on my last night in Vegas, my last freaking night in Vegas, we found an open ballroom that one of the seminars had been in for the Super Show. And I trained Virginia DeYoung for 2 hours because she's adopting our Kempo curriculum and going to use it in her new school. I trained her for 2 hours. You think I was tired? Absolutely. But you know what? I am first and foremost a martial artist. I don't care if I was tired. We trained until it was done. See, that's it. And that's the driving force. So for me, I don't want to sit there in my uniform and my black belt and go through some salesman sales pitch. I'm not going to do that. That doesn't work for me. But you discover what works for you and rock it relentlessly. That's a new saying, K1. I always use the word relentless, but now we're going to augment it. Just rock it relentlessly. Say that really fast 3 times. Rock it relentlessly. Rock relentlessly. I don't think I can say it really fast 3 times. Cool. So before I fall apart here, what are our big takeaways today? Tell me, what are your big takeaways? At Instagram, what are our big takeaways? What are they? Over here at Facebook, what are your big takeaways? Periscope, what are your big takeaways from the Super Show? And while you put in, I just want to thank Century, Mike Dillard, Leon Rogers, Frank Silverman, everybody at Century, Chastity, everybody, everybody. Just great people on what they did in producing that event. I felt that there was I don't know, man, 30, 40% new school owners. It's a new time, man. I feel this rejuvenation, this hunger, everybody striking out, and forging a new path. And Century's always blazing the way, man. They're blazing the way. And so I just want to thank everybody at Century for putting this event on year after year after year. Year after year after year, yeah. But also producing quality content and pushing the envelope, right? A lot of new speakers, a lot of new things going on. And you know what? If it doesn't work, let's fail up. That person's gone next year and we won't see him, but so what? Century takes chances like that. And I think that's a great example for us to follow in our life and our business. We need to take chances, but they must be rooted in a very clear set of values, man. And Good to Great by Jim Collins. You better read that book, Good to Great. He talks about that. Good climate, bad climate, good business, bad business. No matter what business products, no matter what's going on in the economy, a great company sustains their values. They never change. A value such as integrity. Always, always, always do the right thing. That's what I closed my Harvard talk with. After everything I talked about, all I said, everybody in the audience, above all, always do the right thing. Right? Always. And that's what I love about working with Stephen. Sensei, when will you be available for a personal phone call? K1 will coordinate that. K1 will show you how to set that all up. Brannon Beliso, you find what works for you and rock it relentlessly. Write that down and live by it. Love getting to train with Carlos Michel. Yeah, for my sister. She's into jiu-jitsu now. That worked for her. I am the first testimonial on his MM info site. Good. Yeah, Stephen's awesome. Stephen's an awesome person. And Tisha will relay that we talked a lot about Stephen in today's show, didn't we? Didn't we? And we're going to call him on the line because we're going to hold him on that, right? So I announced it. K1 will post a video from the Super Show where we said we're going to take our San Francisco location, turn that into Market Muscle's website, and see if it could kick butt on Millbrae. Both locations are like this right now, neck and neck, performance-wise. So let's see if Stephen can show me the magic of Market Muscles firsthand, right? And if I'm going to live, teach, and preach Stephen Reinstein, I better have a Market Muscle somewhere in my life. Cool? So stay tuned for that. So what else we got going on? Okay, Adam, teens are doing 4 hours of exercise daily without even knowing it because tired teens are not lazy teens. Treat every student like it's their first session, rock it relentlessly. Yeah. I love it, Adam. Other takeaway. Who will coordinate with me? I didn't get that. K1, take care of Sensei, please. Did you get that, K1? Okay, so any other takeaways today? All right, so what are we giving away? We have a fireworks sale. It goes on until what day, K1? It goes on until I think midnight on July 6th. I'm giving away 56 hours of all of my e-learning products from every It's Time Live event for $99. You will have unlimited access to it for 30 days. You know why? I need action takers. I need you to get in there and act. And if I give you unlimited access forever and ever, you will never get to those videos. So at the end of the month, you want to pay another $99, you rock it out. You rock it out, okay? So that's the first step. The second step is we're going to take my 8-month mentoring program and we're going to launch it for everybody at $99. But the difference is you don't get one-on-one calls with me in the It's Time Mentoring. We're going to you do the experience. At the end of the month, we do a private Be Live event like this, all right? And I'm going to tailor that, and it's going to run out for 12 months total. 12 months total, okay? I recommend, I can't offer that any cheaper. $99 for my 8-month mentoring program, but you don't have what Jason has, and Jason will tell you. He has access to me 365, 24/7. I help him with every part of his school beyond the experiences as he does, but I want to make it accessible, and you will get a lot of value out of the $99 for 12 months. If you choose to do that, and if you pay for the 12 months in full, guess what? You get $100 off my next It's Time Live event, It's Time Live Ignite, coming up in November. Cool? That's a mouthful, isn't it? So let's start by giving away those $99 products, right? K1, at midnight on the 6th? Okay, cool. Oh, it ends tonight. It ends tonight. Isn't today the 5th? Aren't we pushing that out to the 6th, K1? Yeah. I believe you said the 6th, so tonight wouldn't make any sense. That's not 24 hours, sir. That's not even 12 hours. So let's take care of that. We're going to push the date out to the 6th because I can do that. All right, $99. Share with everyone. You have 56 hours of Brannon Beliso's innovative, unique techniques of rotating curriculum, community-based marketing, growing your team, cultivating your brand, developing a success mindset. I've got so many e-learning products in there. Oh, how to take your school from opening, Virginia. That'll be a great one from you. How to take that school all the way until you open your doors and beyond. So there's 56 hours of learning in there. And you know me, I research outside of our industry, and I'm a school owner who applies this stuff day in and day out. So I know if it works, I know if it doesn't. I don't sit in a glass house and just fabricate and hypothesize. Oh, I'm in the school. I run that school. I see what works. I know what doesn't work. Cool, cool, cool. So Kevin, let's give away 3 of them right now. 56 hours of learning to you. Who's our first winner, K1? Put it in, put it in. K1's not letting me go at midnight. At midnight. Big sale. Access to 7 events over 56 hours of learning. There's the link if you want to buy it. Midnight will be the 6th. Oh, midnight will be the 6th? Okay. So we're going to be all over it. K1's going to just social media the tar out of this thing. All right. You have until midnight to buy it. $99. It's a no-brainer. 56 hours of learning. You have 1 month unlimited access to all of it. All of it. All of it. Cool? Get to work. All right, K1. So who are we giving away to? Oh, Nicholas Quadra. You're our first winner. You didn't even let me do a drum roll, K1. Who's the second person? Go, go, go. First winner is Nicholas Quadra. Yay, Nick. I'm glad you won, sir. Who's the second person? So Nick has unlimited access to 56 hours of my e-learning products from It's Time Live, It's Time Live Again, It's Time Live Empowered, all of my It's Time Live events. It's Time Live 2016, all of them. There's 56 hours of learning in there, man. Second winner, Marco Mazzola. Congrats, Marco. Cool, cool, cool. Who's our third winner, K1? Who's the third winner, sir? This is electronity. What? Good job, Nick. Come on, come on. Who's our third and final winner? Third winner is Adam Parker. Okay, you guys got to get to work. You only got 30 days to view 56 hours of content. Boom, and look for some things like that. I think one of them had rotating curriculum 3.0. Watch the last one, 5.0. So it's not redundant. You want the latest and greatest, and I'm always innovating that curriculum, okay? So those are our 3 winners. Spread the word. $99 until midnight tonight to have 56 hours of Brannon learning. Talk to Chris Malloy at Dynamic Martial Arts. He's in Australia. All he's ever done is watch Success Never Sleeps and buy the It's Time Live products. And from that, he's cultivated his school from 250 to over 500 students. Bam. Cool? All right, all right. Thank you again to Century. Thank you to Leon, everybody, Mike, everybody at Century. Thank you to Dan Inosantos, Guru Dan. Thank you to GT, Leo Gahe, Guru, Sir, Gran Tujon, Apollo, everybody I got to train with, the different workshops I took. I went there as a learner. I went there with humility. I went there with an empty cup, and I got a lot out of the Super Show. A lot out of the Super Show. Cool, cool, cool. So subscribe to our Disruptor page. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Think about coming to It's Time Live Ignite in November. Think about coming to It's Time Live Europe next year. And for everything else, go to BrannonBeliso.com. Tell everybody about this fireworks sale. It's going to be all over, done at midnight tonight, because no one's going to offer you. That's a lot, man. 56 hours of what I've learned, offering it to you. I can't believe it. Cool. So this is Success Never Sleeps. I am Brannon Beliso. Thank you to Lynette, everybody over at MyStudio, the app. We love you. To Stephen and his wife, Jenny, everybody over at Market Muscles. We love you. LC Accounting, my sister, Letitia. Also, Kids Love Life Skills. I believe it is the finest in character development and life skills educations for kids. Cool, cool, cool. Until we talk again, folks, please, 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 you go out there and live your best life.